Now, following the sudden death of his 4-year-old son Adam last year, Owen Bennett wrote a book to help him with his grief. Through this book, Owen hopes to spread a message of the importance of love, laughter and play within the family. It's
a very affectionate and wonderfully illustrated children's bedtime story, and the author, Owen, joins us now with his son, Harry. Good morning, Owen. Good morning, Harry.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good.
This book, Owen, does something really simple. It tells children that you love them, which sounds like such an obvious idea, but actually, I'm not a parent, but I know that parents don't maybe make enough time to do this.
Well, I think in the economy that we're living in and the recession and the busy lives, everybody is so busy. And I think to be able to tell your children that you love them in a way that they understand and they relate to in their world is the important part of what the book is about. So, you know, to be able to just tell your kids that you love them more than a beach and an airplane or...
And we can see, you're very emotional, Owen, about this. Oh, Benji, everybody calls him Benji, actually. His name's not Owen, only his mum calls him Owen. But tell us, well, if you can, the sad story that took you to write this book. You lost your son, Adam.
Yeah, Adam was full of love, full of laughter and full of life. And he just started vomiting one day. We brought him to a hospital a few days later thinking that he just needed to be rehydrated. And we brought him into Tala. He was admitted, and within about a half an hour he had a seizure. We had no idea of anything that was going on. And the seizure was basically it. That was my birthday. I was holding him. They took about another 14 or 15 hours. He was on intensive care. They operated on him. They said there was nothing that he could do. And he left us at 6 o'clock in the morning, and he arrived at 6 o'clock in the morning on a kind of a warm, balmy day. So that was it. So the reason, again, about the book is that you never know what's going to happen. And one of the things that have got us through, the last year is that we told Adam we loved him every day. Harry told him, he loved him every day. We all played and we all had fun. And if something happens so sudden like that, you don't have a chance to go back and say it. And that's what the book is about. It's, your 4-year-old is always going to leave you anyway. They're going to grow up and become teenagers and drive you mad at some stage. But so it's at that stage when to just tell your children how much you love them. And
and of course, as parents, we know we love them and we know the depth and the extent of the love, and we assume that they do. But of course, they're kids, so that's not a fair assumption. And you do need to tell them, and you need to do that. How much do you love Daddy? Well, I love Daddy this much. Well, I love you that much. And you need to do that almost every night. I know, I've been not in that situation, but in a similar situation. And the one thing that got me through it when my first wife died was that there was no, I should have said, if only I had said that, because it was the last thing I said to her. So that kind of saved my sanity to a certain extent, and I assume that helped you and your wife as well.
There's no question about it. I mean, we've been very, very lucky that, the way that we've done our lives is it's a lot about the family. Now, everyone's busy and you have your hassles and stresses like everybody else. So to be able to know that you've done good by Adam, and look, we lived a lifetime in the 4 years that he was here. We did everything, didn't we, Harry? we just had great fun, and the idea of the way the book is set up, it's that you're telling the kids you love them much more than all of the things that kids relate to, buckets and spades and space and Christmas Eve and Santa Claus, and then you go on a little adventure. And the idea is that the parent and the child are central to that. So the child relates to, oh, that's me and Daddy, or that's me and Harry, in the book doing, what's happening. So it becomes a whole magical world of a love journey with the person reading the book. And then they go to sleep into Noddyland. And
what better way to go to sleep?
Yeah. So, I mean, these guys still get it every night, and we huddle up into bed, because Robbie's 2, and he's saying the end of every little rhyme now, and he's singing the book, and he just loves it.
You must know the book backwards, Harry. Do you know it inside out? And I was asking you, all of the illustrations are fabulous. Each one is like a different world. My favourite one was the undersea world. Which one is your favourite?
The Halloween one.
That's a bit scary, though. There's a witch in the corner of that who's very scary. She looks like the witch in the Wizard of Oz. She scared the hell out of me. But do you remember, you obviously remember your brother, Adam.
Yeah.
What did you guys enjoy doing together?
We enjoyed playing in our holiday home outside the back garden.
And you must miss him a lot, Harry, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But has the book helped? Do you think your dad writing the book and reading the book, do you think it's made a difference? It's a nice way to remember Adam. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm actually afraid to speak to you in case I start crying. Had you any background in this, Benji? I mean, or what is your background?
My background is business. I work in Vodafone, who I have to thank them, because I don't think any of this would have happened. Vodafone were incredibly supportive of me as the company and the people within there. So big thank you to everybody in Vodafone, because that gave me the time. I have no writing or anything experience. I do play the piano, and for the last 20 years I've always been trying to put lyrics to a few tunes I've made up. I've never been able to do it. I've never thought they were good enough. So this is purely just, you know, there's the message there, because, you know, Jackie said it to me one night just before his funeral. Why did this happen to us? And I said, Jackie, because we're going to be able for this. We can do this. We'll get through it. We're strong enough to get through it. And that's really when the message hit me of, I have to tell people of the importance of just spend as much time with your kids as you can, because Adam just went out like a candle in the wind. He was, you know, the photos that you just saw there, they were up to that was taken like 2 weeks before he died.
What a beautiful boy.
And the illustrations actually I sent.
Actually,
that's Adam,
beautiful.
isn't it?
That is, yeah, no.
Yeah. Beautiful golden-haired child.
That's it. So Roxanne, the cartoon saloon now, she
did
took
a great
the
job.
The illustrations are they're absolutely gorgeous
job.
and done beautiful, bright primary colours, which of course will appeal to children. I have to say, again, I'm trying to relate to this as a parent, and I'm finding a great deal of difficulty. It's an extraordinarily brave decision on both yourself and your wife's position. I mean, obviously, I can understand it as catharsis, but it's very public, and you're exposing yourself emotionally, also the breadth and extent of your love for your child, which means, of course, that every time it gets mentioned, you revisit the whole thing again. So it's got to be very difficult for you.
Well, one of the things was Adam was 4, and you know, like all the kids, like, I'm just so incredibly proud of them. And when Adam died, we had a chat, myself and Jackie. I said, I want everyone to see him. He's going to be gone. So we had him in the bed, and I said everybody had to come in and see him. So, you know, this is the only chance I have, and that's why one of the driving factors of even doing the book and getting onto the show and having it published was to have his photograph up on the telly, because I want everyone to see it.
See my beautiful child.
How beautiful he was. Yeah. And, you know, he was...
He's still a very beautiful boy, beautiful boy. Harry, you have a new sister now. And she has a lovely name. What's her name?
Molly.
Isn't it a gorgeous name?
Yeah.
And what's Molly like?
She's really cute.
Really cute. How old is Molly now?
I think she's 2 months.
2 months. Is she tiny?
6 weeks.
10 weeks old. So she's brand new.
Yeah.
That's another added note of poignancy to the story as well. Is that was it around the time that Adam
collected the ashes?
We discovered that Jackie was pregnant.
It was. We felt we have to fix this. We have to fix the dynamics in our house, because we woke up one morning, everything was so quiet, and we said, right, we're going to go. And we were trying for, you know, luckily not too long. And by my reckoning, we were way off, and we should have found out about 3 weeks ago. We went in to collect Adam's ashes, and I remember. Okay. I asked him, I said, OK, Adam, come on. So Jackie went home, you know, we were way gone when we thought we would have found out, and there, lo and behold.
Blue line.
Yeah, there it was. So there's a load of those type of stories with Adam that just makes him feel like, you know, he's really, really close, and the book brings him really, really close to me. So he's going to live on, because there's a whole series of books coming as well.
That's just such a wonderful way to remember someone, by encouraging other parents to tell their children they love them. It's a great legacy.
It's such a simple, basic thing, and we take it for granted and forget to do it.
Yeah. Honestly, if you have children out there, or if you're a godmother like I am, buy this book. It's such a beautiful book, and a lot of the money's going to Barrettstown as well, so it's going for a good cause.
There's a donation from the book going to Barrettstown, and also on the website, which is Adam's Printing Press, because that's his business now. There's an area there to make a donation onto Barrettstown if you want to buy the book there, and you
get the details.
Got the website up there.
So that's so it's great. I mean, we've even before any of the book, I mean, so far between donations from people from cancelled golf classics or whatever, there's already been about €5,500 raised between just, you know, the entry money and stuff like that. So, and I've got a lot out of Bardstown, and they do really, really wonderful work, you know, so it's...
Harry, your dad says he's very proud of you. Are you proud of your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good boy. Well, listen, you've obviously got a lovely family, a lot of love, and thank you very much for coming on and talking about it. I know it wasn't easy. Thank you very much, Benji. Benji, not Owen.
You've turned something awful into something very beautiful, and
we're going to cry. We'll take a break. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Cheers. Thanks again.